right, we're doing it with filmmaker, writer, director Drew Highlands. Thank you for being here, Drew. Welcome.
Kostya, thank you. It is an honor to be here with you.
You're super kind. An honor to have you here, and I appreciate you being here. Your film, In the Water, a very important movie that is, on about a touchy subject, a controversial subject that I think people often shy away from, and it's very important to explore. Would you like to introduce yourself and/or the movie in any way prior to asking the three questions on Play It Forward?
Yeah, sure. I'd be
Thank you.
delighted to. Drew Highlands, writer and director of In the Water. In the Water is a short film, a coming of age story about two teens who begin to hook up at a party in high school. Over the course of this time, one of them is triggered into a memory of a trauma. And in that moment, they actually confide in the other person. And from that, their healing begins. Um, and I think it's very important to tell this story because it's personal to me. It's my story.
Hmm.
Um,
Wow.
and I just want to take ownership of it and share it with people and just let them know that they are, if you are someone like me, you are absolutely amazing and beautiful and you matter.
Wow. Well, Drew, it's certainly a huge gift to the world for you to share that. You know, I think there are so many people, whether it's exactly the same story, because there's a ton of that, or whether it's a slightly different story. There's so many people that have had that and are imprisoned by it. And your boldness um, is a rally for others to follow and encouragement for others. And it really not only is a healing thing for yourself, but for the world. So, thank you. I honor you for doing that. It's such a courageous act.
I mean, thank you for saying that. And I think what you said about feeling imprisoned with this, it was like even you see me now, like we were just talking a moment ago, I'm very like goofy and open. And once the subject comes up, I'm still trying to figure out how to take ownership of it and use my voice and speak about it. I get very I still like, get a little hesitant and worried like speaking with you now. But the more I talk about this at this point in my life, the more I'm ready to, like I said, take ownership and heal. And just echoing back to what I said about to others, just to know that like um you can heal and you're not defined by your past or something that is haunting you and keep staying with you.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, you're doing, beautifully. You're a young man who's, still very close to this. And it's, dude, you got this. You got this. Thank you. The first question to Play It Forward, I mean, has been answered to a great degree, but you know, I still want to ask, the inspiration, because there's more to the story. Yes, it's your story, but the inspiration for telling the story. Um, how did that come about? That initial moment, when we as artists get that idea of like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to make this into a work of art.
Yeah, it's one of those things when the word, the inspiration, when the moment comes, I don't think, for me at least, when that moment comes, you're not really ready for it. You know how it just kind of comes in a snap. For me, it was in 2020, I was taking a class with the online Sundance collab, and it was being taught by the amazing Michael Urban, an incredible writer, human being, like just awesome. Um, and I was working on this comedic feature script about this cult that kidnapped Shia LaBeouf. It was really bad at the time. I thought it was a genius idea, but looking back, maybe not. But during that, I was struggling with the script. and Michael gave us a writing assignment, and it was write about the worst moment in your life. And the whole point was not to share it with anyone, just to find, when you write about that, the exercise was you will actually find the truth in your voice, and you will a lot of times find levity and comedy in the most serious moments, because that's how we navigate through that, which I believe is true. Um, and I wound up sitting down and writing this script, and I sat on it for quite a while. Um, but I knew when I wrote it, it was the first time I felt my real voice, and I felt as a creative something I really wanted to say and share. A lot of my writing and creativity comes from comedy, and this was the first time I was like that deeper knowing of putting something out there that matters to you and to others. Um, and so I sat on it for a bit, and I shared it with my mentor, a good friend, Wes Hurley. Um, I kept it close to the chest and gave it to him. And Wes, being such an incredible person, read the script and he was like, "If you feel right about this, we should make this."
Wow, that's pretty strong, pretty impactful, to be able to go to the worst, most painful thing that happened to you and to expose that. I mean, it's just wonderful. We were talking about spirituality a little bit, and I just read a couple days ago, somebody asked a saint, it was actually Ram Dass's guru.
Oh,
Guru.
oh, okay.
I'm reading a book about him. They asked him, "How do I find God?" basically. And he said, "Well, go out into the woods, don't bring a weapon, and don't bring a light, and you'll meet God there."
Mm,
So um, I think that's similar to what you did.
yeah, going up.
Um, yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just like, no, no, no. Yeah, that just gave my a lot to think about. When all of a sudden it just like you get the spark, and yeah. Anyway, please go ahead.
So the second question, play it forward. Thank you for answering that. Is now looking back on the work as a viewer, as a creative person, and as somebody who made it, what do you think the message meaning of that narrative is?
That's a great question. I think looking back at it, it's the film is going to mean a lot to different people, and the message is going to mean a lot. But I think we have these moments where we're with someone and we're safe and we're trusted and we trust them. And when we're there, we don't need to have all this, whatever you're dealing with. When you have that safety network, when you have that person that's with you, get rid of that guard, get rid of that, and just be with them and know that they've got you. This world's got you. A lot of times we're constantly in fear in this world. We've got to shield up no matter what, and for good reason. I'm not saying it's, I'm coming from a place of privilege when I say that, and the world is not easy. But when you're with people, when you, like I said, when you're with those people who care about you, it's okay. You're okay. And I think if the more we have that, and the more we're able to, in whichever way you can, take care of those, work on yourself and address what happened in your past. Um, that's really what's going to make us better people and make us heal. And like I said, it's not easy. It's taken me a long time to get to this point, and I don't know anything. I just know that I'm ready to talk about this and connect with others, hopefully in a way so we can just do better and be better.
Yeah. Um, it as you speak, it occurs to me, as you're talking about union and safety and the importance of that and the importance of that to humanity and who we are, by nature, and what we've been through, that when things like this happen to us, when great traumas happen, there are uh, two paths you can go on by choice,
Mhm.
and they are divergent paths. One is healing, and the other is continued violence. That could be internal, external. So, and one creates more negative uh, experience and pain, and the other
Yeah.
doesn't. You know,
Yeah.
one thing that really occurred to me after watching this film, and it's you know kind of like the beauty of art as you reflect, things come up, and the nature of titles and how titles are part of the artwork, and it's in the water, right? So, and I'm thinking to myself, what is in the water in our American society? I don't know. I don't know about others. I mean, maybe it's like it's international. I'm sure it is. This is obviously an international thing. Is there something germane to America? And yes, no, what is going on socially speaking that this is such a common misfortune that happens to children?
Mhm.
Do you have any thoughts about that?
Um, I mean, I I don't know. I
Yeah,
I wish it didn't. Um, I wish, yeah, when you say that, I don't know why this happens to people.
yeah.
Um, I don't know why this is, it's tough.
I don't
Like
know.
when you
Yeah,
No, yeah. No, no, it's like you ask a really great great question, and um all I know is as a human, all I can do is try to take care of others, and hopefully by having this conversation, maybe we can finally find a way to start moving towards where this isn't happening,
yeah,
where people don't have to grow up and deal with this.
yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, so my voice hopefully is just one, but hopefully others can also,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It lights a
yeah,
flame.
yeah. I don't really know if I answered your question.
I
I'm
think you
sorry
did,
about
you know,
that.
I think you did because it's I think the answer that I heard is like, I don't know, which is very, very honest. And I love that answer when I get it because it's so rare. But like just in life, not necessarily on the show. But but it's what I hear and what occurs to me, it doesn't matter. I mean, maybe it's something around the puritanical kind of constraints that is the history of the country, and the repressiveness around sexuality and the discomfort around talking about it openly. And but it doesn't matter. I mean, I think what does matter is the solution, and the solution is this transparency, you know, that we're talking about, and continue, you know, to encourage that. Last question, I'll play it forward. Drew Highlands, how have you been changed as a person since making this movie?
Oh man. Um, just feel like I'm becoming more of myself, more of who I am. Like I said, I think the two biggest things is the first one is finding my voice, knowing who I am as a creative. Like I said, naturally I don't know if it's come naturally, I'm a very goofy person who, when it comes to personal things, I deflect very quickly, start to make a joke. And with this, I've been able to take ownership of myself and feel more, become more me. The other thing with it is that taking this to film festivals, um, meeting people who, I was at a film festival in LA last year. After the film, this person came up to me and they were just like, "Can I give you a hug?" And we both were at one point kids who had to go through this thing, and we were just there together, and we knew we were with each other and we were okay.
It's magic.
Yeah.
Drew Highlands, an inspiration, filmmaker, writer, director. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for so much for sharing everything, man.
Bastia, my pleasure. Thank you for everything you do also. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, play it forward till next time. And we have to thank Jeffrey Prather. Peace out, guys.